skill, that character's defense increases by 60%. Or was it 40? 60 for 9 seconds? I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be making much use of that. But we've got the rewards for floor 9. I think because of a recent change. I don't think we used to get those. But I haven't done floor 9 this time. It was because I finished it last time. Let's take a look at floor 10. So, on this floor, damage dealt by characters is increased by 50%. When in Night Soul's Blessing, which is the new Natlan mechanic. Shall we take a quick look at the enemies so we know what to bring in with us? Okay. So there's a bunch of guys in the first half of each of the floors, and it looks like maybe just one or two big guys in the second half. So I think we'll take my newest character, Genshin, in the second half. And I usually bring him with Bennett and Toma. The double pyro is really good for his attack. And let's see. Who should we take in the last spot? Usually, when I'm in the open world, I bring Kazuha with me in my Genshin team. Because I can group all of the enemies up and then take them down nice and quickly. But I think I'm going to bring Kazuha in the first half, along with Novelette, Farina, and Charlotte as well, which is a team I like playing together. So we still need a fourth person for our second team. How about Emily? I think Emily will work really well in this team because she works with Burn and Kenichi does as well. I think we'll jump in and give it a go, and depending on how things go, I'll show you all the builds and things at the end. If I do really badly, I won't show you. But hopefully we do well. I think we'll just take the attack bonus up. These first few floors shouldn't cause much issue at all. So we'll start off with Farina. And then rotate through to Novelette. Making sure to swirl the hydro before we put Charlotte's cryo on. Or else we'll get the defense shred from Viridescent Venera on the wrong element. Oops, this guy's. There we go. I think I was a bit too greedy on holding my ults there. Not a huge issue, but I could have done it quicker. And we'll just get everyone's pyro down. move on to Chamber 2. At least I have all of my ults now. This normal and charged attack damage will be really good for my teams. This time, as I'm rotating through to Novelet, I'll use Charlotte's ult to heal everyone up. So we'll group everyone together. I think we'll use his ult as well. And Charlotte's ult heals everyone up, which is very nice. I really like using Charlotte with Farina because of the freeze reaction, of course, between Cryo and Hydro, but also Charlotte has really good team-wide healing to counter Farina's team-wide damage. So this time we don't have all our ults, but I don't think it should be an issue. Oh, I wish I wasn't so zoomed in so we could have seen the damage numbers. Onto floor 3 though. Onto floor 3. Yeah, let's bring the energy recharge and zoom out a bit. And we'll go through the same rotation. All the way through to Novelet. And then we'll just charge to attack everyone. Trying not to get hit with these guys. My Novelet doesn't have any constellations, so he is susceptible to interrupts if he gets hit while using his charged attack. So just one last floor to go. And just need to take this guy down. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. Floor 10 done without too much issue. Let's move on to floor 11. Okay, so floor 11 has the ley line disorder of all party members gain a 75% geo damage bonus. My geo characters aren't particularly well built, so I'm not sure how much use they're gonna be. The important enemies I think to focus on when it comes to picking elements will be these Hydro ones on the second half of floor 3. So we're gonna need to take someone who's gonna be able to deal with those. Shall we try bringing Wanderer for the second team, along with, we'll use Farina, Charlotte, and Toma as well. And for the first team, how about we bring Arlecchino, Bennett, we'll bring Emily again, as well as Kazuha. So, no Geo characters, but I'm hoping defense ones always cause me a bit of issue, but I'm hoping with Kazuha I can group everyone up and it won't be so bad. Try and let these guys move in a bit. We've only got four enemies to take down. Okay, well, those first two went down pretty quick, and now only these ones left. Okay. That one was pretty straightforward. Let's see how this second half goes. So we got one of these big guys. Likes to spend half the time underground. Not taking a super high amount of damage. And I think there'll be another one to take down as well. I think we should be able to get it before he does too much damage. Okay. Oops. I missed the picture because he dived underground, but chamber 2 done. Chamber 2 done. I think we could have picked a better team 2, considering how much more quickly team 1 dealt with their side of things. But as long as it gets the job done with 3 stars, I don't mind. Let's go for the crit rate and crit damage. And we've got 6 enemies to take down here. Oh. That was a bit awkward. I heard her say her skill line, but nothing came out. Not a huge issue. 2 more guys to take down. We'll use Alakina's ult. Ouch. Okay. Oh, that guy's healed. Okay. That was closer than it should have been. I think I misplayed a couple times. But we made it through. And on to the second half of Chamber 2. And just take down these small guys. Shouldn't be too much of an issue for our Wanderer. Finish off with an ult. And cycle round again. Okay. It's very nice that we're freezing these guys. Oops. Have to be careful not to accidentally switch Farina's bubble guys. But I think we're gonna get through this one. Perfect. I really like using Doma, especially with so I might actually just take the heal. It would be a huge shame if she died right at the beginning of this floor. Anyway, as long as this goes well, we'll take a look at the builds and things after. So I'll talk about Toma and that. Okay. So, we've just got one big guy right now. And he's instantly backed out of the zone. But we'll finish him off. And we've managed to pretty much top up Arlecchino's health, which is nice. Try not to get hit by too many of those. Where have they gone? This Mirror Maiden sometimes causes me problems. Especially when she does the skill that traps you if you don't dodge it. Okay. We've got through to floor 3 and I've just realised that Farina was a bad pick. Considering these are Hydro Phantasms. I think her ult will still be helpful, but we'll probably just leave her on the healing mode. And try and get her ult up. Okay, that's not going well. I'll try and pick it up on the second rotation. Okay, here we go. And we've got Toma's ult as well, which is nice. This isn't going as smoothly as I would have hoped. I think it's going to be a bit of a slog, but we should be able to get through it in the timeline. We've got Freya's ult up now as well. So we'll put that. These guys are constantly doing some nasty AoE attacks. Okay. This is looking pretty good. Try and take down this one who's pretty low. Okay. And just one more to go. Okay. could try and work with their Geo thing, with the Chiori and Zhongli as well. I'd want to swap that around though, something like this. Yeah, why not? Why not? We'll see how this goes. We'll see how this goes. Again, I'm not too bothered if we don't make it to 3 stars, but I think if we get really close, I might try again. So we can either increase elemental burst damage or max HP. Let's go for the damage for now. So we got a couple big birds to take down. Hopefully we take them down nice and quick with some big hits from Kanich. He's jumped out of Bennett's circle, but that's okay. I don't know whether it's because the Spiral Abyss is like a closed room, but I always end up really zoomed in. Okay. So bird 1 almost down. We'll save Bennett's ult for bird number 2. Try and get one more. Oh, it's not a bird, it's a scorpion. Okay. So, this is taking a bit of time. We're looking to get it done with 7 minutes left on the clock. And we still have another floor to go. Okay. So we're gonna have to get this floor done nice and quickly. Let's go. I think we'll start off with Zhongli and his shield. And just start whacking these guys. We've got 6 enemies to take down on this half in a minute. And they're looking pretty beefy. Ouch. Maybe the other 4 will be not quite as tanky. Okay, we got these guys now. Pop a couple ults. Yeah, these guys got so much health. Wow. And we've still got 2 more guys to go after this. Ouch. Oh, that's interesting. We didn't get the switch. Not a big deal though. I shield one more time and we should be in a good position. For 2 stars at least. Oh no. Okay. Ooh, that was a slog, but we got 2 stars, which is good enough for me, I think. Let's see how Chamber 2 looks. Let's see how Chamber 2 looks. Well, I think we'll take the damage. We definitely need it. Got a few big hilly chills here. Kazuha in this team is probably not super needed. I guess he contributes to the damage, though it's not negligible. We get a nice elemental mastery bonus from his ult, and there's going to be a bit of extra damage from his pyro shred. His pyro defense shred. We'll pop his ult again and work on this second big mech guy. Okay. Looking good on floor 1. Okay. And one more. Okay, perfect. Perfect. So, that was 8 minutes 40 something left. So we have a minute and 40 seconds to try and take down whoever's on this second. Oh, what's this guy? I remember this mech in the open world caused me quite a bit of issue. It was just wiping all of my characters. It looks like it's pretty beefy as well. And I'm missing HP for any character that isn't. Ouch. That isn't Arlecchino. We'll just try and play nice and safely. And use ults to dodge attacks if we can. Yeah, 30 seconds. I don't think we're getting the I don't think we're getting the 3 stars in this one. Ouch. If we can get through it alive, though, that will be good enough for me. Have HP. Not too bad. We can use some plunging attacks to dodge these. To dodge the shockwaves. As well as do some nice damage to the shield. Okay. Right, a couple more of these, I think. A couple more rotations. Okay. We almost lost Zhongli there because I didn't swap in time. Okay, not looking too bad, not looking too bad. These things have got so much health. There she goes. We only just missed the 2 stars, which is awkward. But let's move on. Let's move on. So far, Team 2 has been letting me down. But of course I've got no one to blame but myself. Let's give Chamber 3 a go. Let's give Chamber 3 a go. So we got a couple big guys on this floor, and I think just one big guy on the other floor. So we'll just get our rotation through to Kaniche. Ah, all good. We didn't get the, we only just missed the last cannon shot. This big guy's almost down though. Just one more to go on this floor. We'll pop a couple ults. Man, our Team 1 is getting quicker and quicker, and our Team 2 is getting slower. I don't know if I have high hopes for this one. Chiori and Zhongli are very low on HP. We'll try our best though. I'm gonna try and save some of my big damage cooldowns for when this guy's shield's broken. Because that's when the most damage comes out. I say as this health bar just trickles down. Okay, we did what, like a 1/6, if that. That could have been bad. That big attack lined up pretty badly with the Zhongli coming out of his ult. Okay. You know what? This isn't looking too bad. We're down between a third and a half. Try and take down that machine nice and quickly. Perfect. Get our shield up before he can. Okay. We'll try and get some nice damage out here. Again, I don't think we're going to hit the 7-minute mark. But I'd be happy with 2 stars, I think. Okay, we'll try and take down his shield again. Oh. Managed to dip out of Chiori's ult, I'm pretty sure. Okay, missed the 7-minute mark. But we should be looking good for 5 minutes. Okay. A bit awkward there, I was kind of sat there waiting for him to finish his, getting his shield back up. Okay. Here we go. Let's take this guy down for 2 stars. And there she goes, and there she goes. Okay. Okay, so did manage to successfully finish floor 12. Let me just go back in to review everything. Okay, so I think Geo characters still would have been better, but I don't really have my main Geo DPSs built very well. I wonder if it's worth just giving it another go with one of my main Geo DPSs. Shall we jump in quickly and give it a go? Just to see. So I think Team 1 was good, with Kanich, Bennett, Toma and Kazuha. And for my second half, I have probably either Ito or Navia. I think overall Navia's better, she does more damage, but I think she's probably built worse. Okay. I don't know how far we'll go with this one. I think I'll see how the second team seems to do, which is Chiori, Ito, Goro, and Zhongli. We'll see how that second team does, how quick it seems to be, and then based on that, see whether it's worth trying to do the rest of the floors. So this was a pretty quick floor last time. I think it was the slowest of our Team 1 floors though. This bird has a lot of HP. Where's it gone? Oops. I missed Thomas' skill there. And we're getting up close and personal with this bird. Camera stuck inside of him. Okay. Ah, that's all good. I didn't want to use Kanicha's skill. He only had a sliver of HP left, but okay. Let's try and finish this one off nice and quickly, so we can give floor 2 a go. I want to try and leave them with as much time as possible, but it's looking like we might get close to the 8-minute mark. Okay. So, if we can clear these guys out in like a minute and a half, we might try some of the other floors as well. So just pop everyone's ults, including Ito's. Yeah. This team might be better on some of the like the columns, but it's still pretty slow in these guys. There's no way we get this done in a minute. We'll keep going for now. Just it might speed up. Who knows? Just finish off these two guys. Again, my Ito isn't like amazingly built. Oh. Come on, he's got no HP left. 20 seconds before, guys. What do we think? Well, judging by this progress, it's not looking good. Yeah. is very good and is Geo and I think scales off defense. So the Spiral Abyss is kind of built for her. But 5 stars out of 9 is good enough for me. We got 50 Primo Gems for that. And what else do we get? We get some we get some chests with gear to open, right? Where are they? Here they are. I usually just breeze through these 4-star ones because I never really use 4-star things anymore. But let's see what 5-star items we get. Is that slider new? I seem to remember we needed to open them one at a time last time. So we got a goblet with the scroll of the hero of Cinder City on it. I don't know if Hydra damage bonus is what we want on the main stat for this one. This is more of a support piece. I'm gonna leave it unlocked for now. This one is not particularly good. What's this? This piece is all over the place. It's on the offensive Obsidian Codex set with a healing bonus main stat and some incredible substats. I really don't know what to make of this one. Healing bonus. I'm gonna lock it, I think. But I've got absolutely no idea who this would go on. Let me know if you have any ideas. Healing bonus with some damage stats. I don't know. And Night Soul as well. No one at the moment, at least. And that is nothing. That's not anything. Okay, so I think overall that was a pretty successful Spiral Abyss. Shall we take a look at some of the builds on the characters I used? Even though we didn't make it all the way to 9 stars on floor 12, I think it could be interesting. So, first in the lineup we have Kanich. He is at C0, so no constellations. At the moment I've got his talents at 3, 10 and 6. This is the one that really matters though, so I've got his skill at 10. And I do have his signature weapon, which is very nice. Otherwise, he's on a 4-piece Obsidian Codex for that really, really big crit rate bonus. And we've got a pretty decent flower with some crit rate, some attack percentage, and a bit of energy recharge as well. The feather has more defense percentage than I'd like, but it has some crit damage and attack percentage as well, which are good. The sands are attack percentage main stat with some crit rate, some crit damage, and an awkward amount of flat HP as well. This goblet though, check out this goblet. This is maybe one of my best pieces, I think. It is a Gladiator's Finale goblet. Dendro damage bonus percentage on the main stat. It has some attack percentage, a load of crit damage, a load of crit rate, and some energy recharge. Definitely a good piece. And then finally we have a crit damage circlet with some attack percentage, a little bit of crit rate, and quite a lot of defense percentage as well. 5,710 attack without Bennett's bonus on his ult, which he'd usually have. So I think he is built pretty well. I'm pretty happy with him. Next up we have Bennett, whose build is not nearly as exciting to look at. Really, the only things that you're bothered with when it comes to Bennett are flat HP. Flat HP. Not flat HP. What am I talking about? Is like energy recharge to get his ult up as much as possible. His ult is actually only at level 11 with max constellations, so it has that bonus 3, so it could do with some more levels. But I've got him on a 4-piece noblesse oblige for the extra attack bonus when he uses his ult. A lot of these pieces are not max. Whoa, that one is 0. What's going on there? Just for the 4-piece. But really, as long as he has enough energy recharge to get his ult up, consistently, that's really all that matters, I think. Otherwise, this build is a complete mess. A complete mess. I have him on a Favonius sword, which isn't quite at level 90 yet. But he does the job, before you come for me for how bad my Bennett is built, just remember Team 1 was fine. I will accept criticisms on Team 2. Anyway, next up. Next up we have Doma, who is at C6. C6, which is very nice. So for the talents, I've got him at just 1 for the normal attack. He is never going to be attacking. I've maxed out his skill, which is where the shield value comes from, and I'm at 11 out of 13 for his ult, which is, it also contributes to his shield. But I really like Doma. I think he's really useful, and I like his character as well, so that's why I have put so many resources into leveling him up. I use him in a lot of my teams. For the artifacts, I've got 4-piece Tenacity of the Millilith, which is just some really nice attack boosts and shield boost as well, focusing on HP percentage, so that his shields are as big as possible, and energy recharge as well, so we get his ult up nice and quickly. So we've just got HP and energy recharge as much as possible. And that's Doma. Oh, for the weapon, I've got him on a Favonius Lance. I think he has enough HP percentage, 35,700, without an HP percentage polearm. So the energy recharge is really, really nice to get his ult up as much as possible. And finally we have Kazuha, who was a staple, as always. I've got him at C0, no constellations. His talents still need a little bit of work. I've got him at 3 for the normal attack for some reason. 9 out of 10 for his skill, and 8 out of 10 for his burst. And for the artifacts, of course, a 4-piece Viridescent Venera. For the really, really nice elemental res deduction there, with a focus on as much elemental mastery as possible. So, 63 on the flower there. Only 23 on the feather, but it comes with a nice amount of energy recharge, which is also quite important. We have elemental mastery main stat on the sands with a bit of energy recharge. just have it on for the Elemental Mastery main set, but none of the substats are too important. They do contribute, of course. We've got some defensive ones and a few offensive ones, but none are quite as important as the Elemental Mastery. And the circlet is pretty good. It's got Elemental Mastery on the main stat, a load of energy recharge, and a pretty high amount of crit damage. So when we get those random crits, he'll be doing some nice damage. And he's on Iron Sting. Iron Sting. This is one that you can craft at the blacksmith, and it's an Elemental Mastery main stat, which is really, really good. And the bonus, I'm pretty sure works. To be honest, I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty sure it works. Increases all damage. So he's going to be doing more damage than otherwise. Overall, he's got 926 Elemental Mastery. 926 there. Crit rate and crit damage aren't really what we're looking at, and a good amount of energy recharge as well. So, I'm pretty happy with my Kazuha. Otherwise, we can skip Ito because we didn't really use him. Zhongli, honestly, my Zhongli is not really built well at all. I'm a bit concerned to show you the artifacts. I kind of just have him on some random ones to give him health, as well as the tenacity of the miller that's set. So this goblet is absolutely garbage for him, but it gives him the 4-piece. And at the moment I've got him on the funny kind of magical girl polearm here. HP percentage main stat. He definitely needs some work. But he was one of the first characters I ever got. And I forget about him quite a lot. I know he's like the best shielder in the game, but I moved a lot of his good pieces onto Toma because I use Toma more. So we won't spend too much time looking at him. We used Wanderer a bit. I think he was in floor 11, was it? So let's take a look at Wanderer. He is C0, no constellations, and for the talents, normal attack is 10, skill is 10, ult is only 6, but the normal attack and skill are the big ones here. I've got him on a 4-piece Desert Pavilion Chronicle for an Animo damage bonus, and a 4-piece bonus that fits really well into his playstyle. So after hitting with a charged attack, he gets more attack speed on his normal attack, and it boosts his damage by a really good amount. For the flower is a pretty good piece. It's got some crit damage, a really good amount of crit rate, and a bit of elemental mastery, which isn't wasted on him. The flower, again, is also a really good, well-rounded piece. It has some attack percentage, a bit of crit damage, a decent amount of crit rate, and also some energy recharge. Not wasted. The sands are an off-piece. These are a tenacity of the Millilith piece. But attack percentage main stat, we've got some crit rate, crit damage, and a nice amount of elemental mastery as well. The goblet is an animo damage bonus main stat with a good amount of energy recharge and crit damage, as well as some elemental mastery. So not too bad. And the circlet is a crit damage main stat with a load of attack percentage and a bit of elemental mastery. For the weapon, I have him on Skyward Atlas, which gives him a load of attack bonus and elemental damage bonus, as well as a bit of extra damage from every so often. Overall, it leaves him with 2,400 attack, 147 elemental mastery. He does only have 54% crit rate compared to 148% crit damage at the moment, but I usually try and run him with Charlotte and Farina, with a focus on trying to get the where is it? What's this one here? Trying to get the cryo, trying to get the cryo bonus on his skill, which is another 20%. So it's not 100% reliable, but if we get that, then we're up to 74%, which is pretty good. And 127% energy recharge with 61% animo damage bonus. So I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy with how my Wanderer is built. Let's take a look at a couple more of the key players. Farina was in a lot of the teams. So Farina, we're mainly looking for HP percentage. So my Farina is at C0, no constellations. Talents could do with some work. 177. So these second two could do with leveling up. I could do them now actually, but I've been kind of trying to hold on to my gold for to build some upcoming characters. And for the artifacts, we have on a 4-piece golden droop for the extra damage on her skill, which is the bubble guys she summons. And if we take a look at some of the stats here, so they could be better. For Farina, we want HP percentage. That's what she scales on. Crit rate and crit damage are pretty good as well because it will boost her damage, as well as energy recharge, so we get her ult up as much as possible. So for the flower, we have a load of attack, which we don't really want. A load of defense, again, we don't really want that. Energy recharge and crit rate, which are the two good stats there. The flower is pretty good. We have some nice energy recharge, crit damage, and crit rate. The sands are also really good for Farina. HP percentage main stat, with a bit of crit rate, some crit damage, and quite a lot of energy recharge there. The goblet is an off-piece. This one has HP percentage main stat with some good amount of crit rate and energy recharge there. And the circlet is a crit damage main stat with HP percentage. Could be better. Elemental mastery isn't wasted either, usually, but this one could be better for sure. The weapon, we have the Fleuve Sonde Ferryman, which is one that you can craft after doing some fishing, and it's really good on Farina. It's got energy recharge main stat. It boosts the crit rate of her skill, and also increases energy recharge after using the skill. So overall we have 35,000 HP, 79 elemental mastery, which isn't wasted. The crit rate base stats are 52.6% and 136.3%. That goes up to 62.6% when it comes to her skill though, because the weapon boosts it, so that's not a bad ratio. And we have 193.9% energy recharge to get her ult up as much as possible. So I'm pretty happy with how she's built. Of course, all of these characters can be better in some way, but I'm happy with how they work at the moment. I think there's only 3 more that I would want to look at for now. is at C0, no constellations. No constellations. For the talents, I have him at 10, 6, and 5. The normal and charged attack are the main sources of his damage, that's why I've got that one at 10, but I could do with upgrading those ones. And for the artifacts, I have him on a 4-piece Merchaussee Hunter, which is perfect for him. It increases his charged attack damage by 15%, which is the big Hydro Beam. And when his HP increases or decreases, which happens very, very frequently, his crit rate increases by 12% for 5 seconds, up to 3 stacks. So that's pretty much a constant 36% crit rate boost for Novelet. The main stats we're looking for are crit rate, crit damage, and HP percentage, which is what he scales on. So the flower could be better. It's got a load of attack, which is pretty wasted. Defense, which is not what we're looking for. Some crit rate and some HP. Could be better. The feather, though, is really good. It's got energy recharge, which isn't wasted. His ult contributes to his damage quite a bit. It's got a tiny bit of crit rate, some crit damage, and some HP percentage. So that's nice. For the sands, I've got him on HP percentage main stat. It's got some elemental mastery, which sometimes isn't wasted depending on who you run him with. Like if you run him with an Electro character, then it's not too bad, but not ideal for like a Novelet hyper carry. It does have a load of crit damage and a bit of crit rate though. For the goblet, I've got him on a hydro damage bonus main stat. It's got loads of energy recharge and some HP percentage, which is good. And for the circlet, I've got him on a crit damage percent main stat with some energy recharge and a ton of HP percentage, almost 25%. And for the weapon, I've got him on Lost Prayer to the Sacred Winds, which gives him a massive 33% crit rate boost. Overall then, we've got 32,900 max HP, which does get increased with the double Hydro bonus. 50.5% crit rate, which almost always gets boosted by 36%, so that's about 86.5%, and 189% crit damage, 142.1% energy recharge, and 46.6% hydro damage boost. So I'm pretty happy with how Novelet is built. Next up, let's take a look at Arlecchino. Even though she didn't do a great job, I shouldn't blame her. Even though I didn't do a great job using her on floor 12, I think I'm generally pretty happy with how she's built. So, she's at C0, no constellations. Talents are 8, 6, and 4, so could do with some work. And for the artifacts, at the moment I've got her on a 4-piece Gladiator's Finale for the attack bonus and the extra normal attack damage bonus on the 4-piece set. It's not her best in slot though, so I could do with swapping these pieces out. For the stats though, we're mainly looking for crit rate, crit damage, and attack percentage really. Pretty standard for DPS. So the flower is only level 12. I'm not super happy with how it turned out, but I think I could probably boost it up if I wanted to. It does have some energy recharge, which isn't completely wasted, a little bit of crit rate, and some attack percentage as well. I think I didn't max max this one out because the plan was always to swap her onto a different set, but maybe I should have leveled that up before trying that Abyss floor with her. Anyway, the flower has some energy recharge, some elemental mastery, which isn't always super useful on her, but it does also have some crit damage and a nice amount of crit rate as well. For the sands, we have an attack percentage main stat, some energy recharge, a little bit of crit rate, and quite a lot of crit damage there. So that's quite nice. The goblet is a pyro damage main stat with some energy recharge, a bit of attack percentage, and a load of crit rate there. 16.7 is kind of crazy. And the circlet is crit damage main stat. It's got some elemental mastery, a little bit of attack, and some crit rate there, a nice amount of crit rate. And I do have a signature weapon, Crimson Moon Semblant, because it looks so cool. It looks so cool when it turns into the scythe. It gives a really nice amount of crit rate, and it's a signature weapon, so it's perfect for her playstyle. Gives you a really good amount of damage boost when you have a bond of life that she generates. Overall then, we have 2,232 attack. As much as possible I would be running her with another pyro character though, so that attack bonus gets boosted by the elemental resonance. 100 elemental mastery, 74.9% crit rate, and 184% crit damage, which I think is really nice. 146% energy recharge, and 46.6% pyro damage bonus. So I am pretty happy with how she's built, even though I could have done better with her on that last floor. And I think the last character I brought in a bunch was Charlotte, who I am quite a big fan of. I think her team-wide healing is really, really helpful, especially for running with Farina. She's only level 80 though. She's only level 80. She doesn't contribute a massive amount to the damage, and her healing at the moment is enough to get everyone topped up. So there's not a super great reason to level her up anymore. But she is at C3, Constellation 3, which I think is pretty lucky considering she hasn't seen a rerun, I'm pretty sure, since her first banner. I didn't pull specifically for her either. For the artifacts though, I have her on Gladiator's Finale. Her healing is based on her attack, so the 2-piece set bonus is good for that. And Ocean Hued Clam, which is a healing bonus for her. And we can take a look at the pieces, although they're nothing super special, mainly focusing on attack percentage and energy recharge wherever possible. So we have those two pieces on the flower. We have a really good feather here with a load of attack and energy recharge. We have a very interesting piece here. Energy recharge main stat with crit rate and crit damage. Ideally I'd want to see some attack here as well, but I mean, if we do get crits, then they're going to be doing some damage, which is nice. Attack percentage goblet with a bit of energy recharge, and attack percentage circlet with a bit of energy recharge. Again, a lot of these pieces are not maxed out. They don't really need to be based on how she's performing. I have her on a Favonius Codex for the energy recharge. Her ult is where the heal comes from. Yeah, based on how she performs at the moment, she just tops everyone up anyway. So, really don't need to focus on leveling up her artifacts or anything. She has enough energy energy recharge so that our ult is up almost every time I need it. 219.7% there for the energy recharge. Bit of a healing bonus as well. And 1,800 attack, which is really good for her healing. So yeah, I think she does really well, even though she's not built incredibly. I am a big fan of Charlotte. Anyway. Okay, so now that we have finished with the Spiral Abyss for now, and looking through some of the builds, I did just want to spend a little bit of time gathering some resources. I wanted this video to be extra long because I haven't uploaded for a few days. So a bit of an apology, but hopefully you'll appreciate an extra long video. Anyway, I'm going to be heading over to Inazuma to hunt for some Onikabuto, and we can use the very helpful new map collection feature thing. Let's teleport over. Word on the grapevine is that Hazo is gonna be on one of the, I think it's 5.2 banners. So not the next banner, the one after that, or potentially the one after that. It's been like over a year, I think, since he was last on a banner, and he is one of the only 4 stars I don't have. So I don't have Mika, I don't have Hazo, and that's it. Which is quite frustrating because I really like him. He's one of my favourites. I just think he's neat. Something about the Animo guys, I just really like. So, it's been quite frustrating that I haven't managed to get him, but I've got all of the other 4 stars apart from Mika. So, I'm preparing for his banner by saving up a load of wishes, as many as possible. I know that you shouldn't really wish based on the 4 stars. Where's this beetle? You shouldn't really wish based on the 4 stars because you're technically not guaranteed a particular 4-star on the banner. I'm having trouble finding this beetle. I can see it on the map because I've brought Goro with me. But where is it? Anyway, I'm gonna keep trying to find it. I know there's a bunch down here. I've missed it. It was up somewhere. Anyway. Where was I? Yes. I know that you shouldn't really wish on a banner for the 4-star because you're not guaranteed a particular one. But it's the only chance I have, so I'm gonna go for it. I've saved up a bunch already, so I'm hoping he shows up whenever I wish. And I think what I'm also hoping, I'm gonna go down here, I know that there's a bunch of beetles down here. What I'm also hoping is that he is on the banner with Auroron as well. Auroron from Natlan. I think he's really cool as well. I know that there are mixed opinions on his design, but I think it's cool. I think it's funny how he looks super edgy and a bit emo, but he loves growing his vegetables and caring for his aphids. So was Auroron and Hazo and whoever else. I think it's just these things down here. Again, there has been a few rumors that I've seen about Cheska's skills and things, and they look interesting. They look interesting, but yeah, I think it would still be pretty cool to have her. And here we are, back here again, looking for the beetles. They're usually on the trees. But I might give up on this area and try and go somewhere else. We'll head here instead. Yeah, I think if Auroron and Hazo were on the same banner, I would be very, very happy, because the chance to get a bunch of copies of either of them would be really high. But I would want at least one of both of them. So, in preparation for Hazo, hopefully, showing up on a banner pretty soon. Where am I going? There's an underground section, and that's where the beetles are here, I think. Is it over here? In preparation for Hazo showing up, I'm collecting some of his ascension materials. I've already got a load of I think they're like gears, serpent gears or something, but they're from the boss in the chasm. I farmed that a bunch, so I have all of those things. And Hazo also uses Onikabuto for his ascension, so I'm going to be picking up a bunch of those. Here we go. I have already done the Onikabuto farm a load for Ito, who also used them. So, I'm familiar with the struggle. We got all of those ones. As we saw in this section, they are sometimes a pain. They are sometimes a pain to get because Inazuma is quite vertical. Where are we going? They're quite vertical. And it's not always the easiest to see exactly where some of these materials are, if they could be on multiple different levels. So that's a bit tricky to deal with. Otherwise, I do quite like the scenery of Inazuma and the music, so I don't mind running around too much. But we'll just teleport around and grab some of these beetles. Ready for Hazo. I think the last time I pulled for a 4-star in Genshin, sort of specifically for a 4-star, was when Sethos came out. I don't really use him too much, which is a shame. Where am I going? Oh, I'm going up here. I don't really use him too much, which is a shame. But I think I don't find myself using Electro main DPS characters too much. So maybe I should focus on doing that some more, just try and get some use out of him. But I did get pretty lucky on Zethos' banner. I can't remember who the 5-star was. was it Wanderer? I think it might have been Wanderer, who I also got, so I was pretty happy about that. But yeah, I think Those was the last time I pulled sort of specifically for a 4-star in Genshin. However, I have a bit of a nightmare story with Zenless Zone Zero. I tried to pull for Seth. I saved up a bunch of my pulls. I didn't really like the look of any of the 5 stars or anything that were before him. So I had a load of pulls from just playing. And yeah, Seth came out on a banner with, I think it was just one other 4-star. I think that's the way they do it on oh, where am I going? Let me just try and find, okay, I don't see what I mean about the vertical thing. I'm gonna teleport back up. Can I head him? Yeah, so there were just 2 4-stars. I think we're right back where we were. There were 2 4-stars, and B, and Seth. I've just teleported to try and get a better angle on what is likely to be one remaining beetle that I can't find. So yeah, Zenless Zone Zero. There was Anby and Seth as the 4-stars. I don't even particularly remember what the 5-star was because I wasn't too bothered about them, and similarly I wasn't too bothered about Anby, but I wanted a copy of Seth. And I think I got pretty lucky with the number of 4-stars that I got. But I was so gobsmacked. I was in shock. Oh, they're in here. Yeah, there we go. We have to be quick. I was in shock with what happened, that I made a note. I made a note of the pulls. To just crunch the numbers and check the statistics to make sure I wasn't going crazy. Can you see that last beetle? This one's awkward. I think I'm gonna give up on this area. We have quite a few days left. Oh, is this the last one? I'm sure there are more. We'll go here for now. We have quite a few days left for Hazo's long-awaited return, so I'm going to be able to get enough beetles, I think, easily, even without farming all of them. Anyway, so I made a note of what my pulls were for the 4-stars. Let me just read them out to you. So, in order, we had a failed 4-star pull. So that means I didn't get Anby or Seth, so I didn't get one of the featured characters. Just like in Genshin, it was a failed 4-star. So, failed Anby, failed Anby, failed Anby, failed Anby. I couldn't believe it. 13 4-stars showed up, and none of them were Seth. So I crunched the numbers just to check, and I'm pretty sure that there was a 99.5% chance that in 13 appearances of a 4-star, at least one of them would have been Seth. 99.5%, if I crunch the numbers properly. The next one, the the 14th 4-star was Seth. So I did get him eventually, but 13 4-stars and no Seth was absolutely insane to me. Could not believe it, could not believe it. And here we go. But yeah. So what I'm really hoping is that that doesn't happen when I try and pull for Hazo. But I don't know, 99.5% chance is pretty high for 13 5-stars. At the moment I've got let me just convert these primo gems. Here we go. 4 more. Oh, look at that, 90. At the moment I've got 90 wishes. 90 wishes. Which is at least 9. At least 9 4-stars. Of course in Genshin, the 4-stars can, I think often actually, run with 3 of them. With 3 of them, so the chance of a particular one is a bit lower. Where's the beetle? But we're talking at least 9 at the moment, and I'm gonna have more. I'm gonna have more balls by the time Hazo's banner comes around. Lost the beetle. I don't know where it is. Let's head back up. But I would still appreciate if you wished me luck. I would still appreciate it. Right now, though, the issue I'm facing right now is that there's apparently a beetle in this area, and I have no idea where it is. Is it up there? Is it up there? Should we try and get up there? Or just jump up like this? So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that banner. And again, I'm going to be even more excited if Auroron is on that banner as well, because I would really quite like him too. Man, these beetles are going to drive me insane. There it is. I think these guys are going to get me, I think. Let's just grapple away. Okay, so there's some in the middle of the ocean. Let's continue this way. The addition of the area on the map to find these materials is very useful, I think. It's very useful, especially if you're a little bit lazy when it comes to things like this, like me. Previously, and I have done my fair share of this, you can you can go online to a website. It's called the Devat Interactive Map, I think. I'm pretty sure. It's like an official website resource that will show you the location, the exact location. Oh, we've shipwrecked. The exact location of any material that you choose. So, you can use it underground. You can use it to find where exactly all of the beetles are, for example. And that's, of course, more helpful than just seeing the general area. But, I don't know. just figured that considering we've got, like, I think at least 2 weeks, probably around 3 weeks, until the first phase of 5.2. And Hazo might even show up in the second phase. So we could be looking at 5 weeks. Considering we've got between 3 and 5 weeks for Hazo to show up. I am not gonna sweat about hunting down every last beetle. If it takes me too long, just like this, to find any of them, I'll leave. I'll go somewhere else. Where else are we looking? We couldn't find that one. I'm sure there are some on the other islands, but it's only showing me these 3 at the moment. So that's the main reason I want to try and clear them up, so that they show up on a different section